Good morning, I'm Jessica Lovell, and today we bring you an encore presentation of one of our very favorite programs. This one highlights our incredible nurses and the power of music. Right now, our team is working hard behind the scenes to bring you more amazing stories when our live programming returns in September. However, if there is an urgent update from the health system, we'll be here to let you know first. Until then, enjoy this encore presentation and make it a great day. Coming up today, music, medicine, and a whole lot of heart. See how a couple of patients and their nurses turned an infusion clinic into a jam session. Meet the band that proves good vibes can be good medicine. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Medical Update. I'm Jessica Lovell, and today we are celebrating nurses. Nurses, of course, do a whole lot more than just pass meds. They hold hands and they listen. And in this case, they suggest that you get the band back together. This morning, you'll meet two patients and their nurses who hit all the right notes. Here's Alexis Del Cid.
A quiet room filled with IV drips and needles. Patients under blankets undergoing various infusions at the University of Kansas Cancer Center in Lee's Summit.
We'll need this. That ought to do it.
But what's this? Instruments, microphones,
That feels about right.
amps,
There it goes.
music. This is not your typical audience and certainly not your typical venue.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But it's a location musicians Kevin Nyberg and Charles Gregg know all too well.
In 2019, I lost a kidney, and after that, it went to my bladder, and I even went to stage 4.
I've been a patient here of Dr. Chuda's since late 2018, and I've been coming here every month since then, so I've been doing treatments all that time.
Kevin and Charles are not only cancer patients here, they're also lifelong friends.
I've known him since he was like 11.
Childhood friends who also performed and played music together for more than 45 years.
I was just a little kid. The guitar was bigger than I when we first started.
I've got memories by the dozen.
And over the decades, they've played for some incredible crowds and opened for some big names.
Garth Brooks, Earl Thomas Conley, the Judds. I did all the big opening acts when they come through Kansas City.
But for years, their playing was on hiatus as each friend faced their own cancer battle.
Chuck and Kevin are both our patients, so we see them often.
And this is where nurse practitioner Allie Burtkin steps onto stage, so to speak. She says she became concerned when she noticed a change in Kevin's once bubbly personality. He began to seem depressed and withdrawn, so Allie had an idea.
I encouraged him or asked him if he would want to play in the infusion room, and he lit up just even thinking about that, and I could instantly see like the normal Kevin again and that personality back in him.
Then she went to her other patient, Kevin's old friend Charles, to see if he was game. It was an instant yes.
Thought I might be on.
You know, when you're really ill, you can dwell pretty easy. You can get off on the wrong track, but music gives you a serenity that's like no other, and it comes from the heart.
Can't shake the sand in my shoes.
Allie says as music filled the clinic, patients and staff stopped to listen.
Just a fool's holiday.
You could feel the joy, not just in Kevin and Charles, but in everyone, spreading across the room like a wave.
I think music is incredible. I think that everyone can relate to at least some type of music, and live music makes it even better and brings out some happiness, I think.
That was fun. It's kind of boost the morale, and just love to hear music.
It wasn't just a one-off. Now Kevin and Charles perform for fellow infusion patients here on a regular basis.
The heart can reflect memories.
I think if I didn't have the music in my life, I just wouldn't be near who I am and where I'm at. It's kind of what's kept me going through.
Is it simply music?
I'm painting it too.
These musicians will tell you it's also their medicine.
Thank you.
And we want to welcome the special team, the special band of nurses who make this all happen. We saw Allie Burtkin in that video. She is a nurse practitioner in hematology and oncology. We're calling you kind of the tour manager in this case.
Oh, I like that name.
I think you do, yeah. A perfect fitting for you. And then we have key members of the ensemble with us this morning. Shannon Bellamy is an oncology nurse, and then next to me is Stephanie Swick, is the nurse supervisor. And they all work at the infusion clinic in Lee Summit, and we're so glad you came over to here to be with us today. Such a great story.
Yeah, no problem.
Good to have you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Good to have you, kind of like the backup singers here for these guys.
Yeah,
all part of the band. So, but this, of course, would not be a show without the band itself today. And we have Kevin Nybert and Chuck Gregg with us today, and we're so glad to have you here. How are you guys this morning?
Good.
Yeah, thank you. How are you guys?
Well, we're all good.
Yes, very good. Thank you.
You ladies good?
We're great. Yes.
Well, we're just so glad to have you both with us. Kevin, I want to start with you. What does it mean to you that Allie and the team encouraged you to get back together and start playing music again?
Well, Allie.
I didn't hear.
Yeah, I didn't either. Allie, she kind of took me under her wing, and because of her concerns with me, one thing led to another, and we started playing music, and it's the best thing that ever happened to us. So I'm really happy with everything that went down and how it achieved to be in its process.
Well, Allie, I know that you approached him because he was feeling down that day, I guess. And so, what do you remember that conversation being when you approached him? You said he wasn't just seeming like himself, and you thought, I think I know the answer to this.
Well, I've gotten to know Kevin over the last couple of years now, so I knew that music was a very important part of his life. We shared stories, and he would tell me about the previous band, over many visits. And then when I saw him kind of not acting like himself, I knew that we needed to bring out those things that brought him strength, because going through treatment, having cancer, it's hard. So sometimes we need to bring out those things that provide people strength and bring them joy, and music does that. So, yeah.
Well, and I would imagine it takes getting to know your patients individually to know what it is about each individual that you kind of have to get in there and know what it is that makes them tick.
Yeah.
It makes them change.
Yeah, getting to know people better can help us take better care of them. So that way I knew that music was important to Kevin, and then when I saw that change in his personality, I knew that Chuck was also a patient. I'm like, all right, let's get the band back together, and it was perfect.
The tour manager. Yeah. Yeah, you knew it. Okay, so guys, I know you're having just a little bit of trouble hearing us. I want to make sure you can now. So I wanted to ask you, Kevin, could you tell, were you feeling a difference when you started playing music again?
Oh my, yes. It was just going back home. It was wonderful.
I love that.
It really was.
I love that. Well, that's what they say.
It's
music,
a great thing.
it just changes you, I bet. So Chuck, what did you think about playing in the infusion center? How did that compare to these other big venues that you'd already played in over the years?
Well, it's for such a great cause, but another thing, that's kind of how we started out, many years ago, back in the very early 1970s. We were playing for all the area hospitals and old age homes and, different health facilities. And so kind of just going back to our roots and enjoying it. Again, the music to me gives me a lot of serenity that I wouldn't have if I wasn't singing and playing and staying around friends, and really makes life a lot better.
Well, you both just sound so humbled. We heard you in that piece say that you opened for Garth Brooks and the Judds, and then here you are, playing for fellow patients. I mean, it just, you both just, you're so kind and just humbled. What is the reaction you get from the other patients there in the room?
I didn't hear very well.
Well, the reactions I get are phenomenal. Just the people's reactions, And you know, for instance, our first time playing, we were there, and there was a lady. She wasn't doing real good. And by the second song, she was just laid back in the chair, wiggling her feet and smiling. And those are the kind of things that just infiltrate your heart and takes it over for everything for you. For me.
Well, Chuck, you mentioned that because you know what it's like to sit there in those chairs.
Oh,
All
I
too
do.
well, yes. It's a
Yeah.
lifting experience to have that, you know, to have a little music in your life. And when you're going through these treatments and having such hard times, it's such a nice thing to hear some music and be a part of it. And I'm just glad that we're able to do this. You know, it's something that's close to both of our hearts, and I think we're going to keep doing it as long as we can.
Allie, how were you able to? I have to ask, how were you able to pull this off? I always think of I've done stories inside these clinics, and I always think of this kind of sterile environment, and it always is. But the fact that you were able to just say, "I got to make this happen," how did you pull this off?
Well, it was my, I guess, kind of crazy idea, but then thanks to Stephanie and our manager Carla, they actually helped get it situated and make it happen. So thanks to Stephanie for that.
And then you've gone above and beyond again. I heard you started a book club.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about the titles. What are you reading?
Well, this, for May, it's The Escape. That was a patient recommendation. And then we have The Choice and Echo of Old Books, Remarkably Bright Creatures. We tried to do a few different genres to make it a wide range of books and titles that the most amount of patients would enjoy.
Stephanie, there's a lot of coordination of medicines and patients when you're in a clinic. You're the manager. You set the tone. What do you tell nurses about things outside the traditional scope of medicine?
Honestly, just encourage it. Just, you know, anything that people love, just make sure that it's something that everyone loves is music, and I think that this is just such a great thing. So, but my team is amazing. I couldn't be anywhere without them. So
a nurse comes to you and says, "I have this crazy idea," as Allie says, and you're like, "Let's make it happen."
yeah. I don't think it was even an option. I think this was something we were doing that definitely benefited both Kevin and Chuck. So
It benefits them, and then it benefits all those other people. It brings so
100%.
much joy.
Absolutely.
Shannon, how do patients react when they realize all the things that you're providing? I mean, they're coming to, and they're going through these times that nobody wants to be there, but you're trying to make it as joyful as you possibly can, and trying to make those connections.
Yes. Everybody, I mean, they're all very grateful, our patients. We love our patients. We have personal relationships with them when they come into the clinic, and we know what's happening a lot of times with their families and in their lives. And that's part of what makes oncology nursing so dynamic and fulfilling for, I think, all of us.
Sure. Can you give us an idea of what a typical patient does in the clinic when they come in? How often do they come? How long might they stay there for a visit?
Sometimes they're there all day long. They get there at 8 and they leave at 4:30. Some people are there for an hour. The treatments are very different time-wise, and
So that was my next question. How well do you get to know your patients? I guess that opens up a lot of time.
Pretty well, I would say. We talk a lot. We ask a lot of questions. They ask a lot of questions. You know, we're constantly asking them, "What's your name and date of birth?" They ask us, "Well, what's your name and date of birth?" I mean, so there's a lot of camaraderie and just
the questions go way beyond name and date of birth, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
So on those days when there's not a live band playing there in the clinic, how do patients pass the time? Or how do you help them pass the time? Because I would imagine maybe they don't, especially first timers, they're coming in, they don't really know what to expect. And how do you help them get creative and spend their time well?
Oh, they read, they bring books, they color.
they talk to each other.
They talk to each other. Absolutely.
Support each other.
People have become pretty good friends just from seeing somebody in the clinic that day. They've exchanged phone numbers. I mean, it's it's a community.
Yeah, it's find ways to connect.
For sure.
If you are watching and have a question, please be sure to drop that in the chat on YouTube or Facebook. You can email the Medical News Network. All that information is right there on your screen. Let's bring back in Kevin and Chuck. Can you guys hear us okay?
Yeah. I think so, yes.
Okay, very important question. How do you guys pick your set list of songs, and do you take requests from your audience?
Yes, we always try to. In the past, through all the years, that was a big part of our shows, was to take, requests and do, as many as we possibly could. We always try and do what people want to hear,
What do you think of the medical care that you've received at the Cancer Center? I know you guys have been going there for quite a while, and you've made your own connections.
Oh my, it's a wonderful, where we go in Lee Summit there, it's the best I've ever been to. The nurses, well, they are wonderful and above. And we have all struck relationships with just about all of them, which to me is amazing. You don't get to do that in a lot of facilities.
The care is amazing, and the people, you guys all reach out to us in such great ways that actually you lift our spirits to be able to come and see you and get the treatments that we need. We look forward to it because we know how we're going to be treated, and it's just a good feeling. And I tell you, Dr. Chuda, along with all the doctors, but Dr. Chuda is one amazing person, and he saved my life. And because of that, I'm so cheerful just to be here and being able to sing another song. I'm just happy in general and so thrilled about all the care that we do get.
Well, we can hear the gratitude in your voice, and we actually talked with your doctor about both of you, and here is Dr. Ravi Chuda.
I have seen them for years, Kevin and Chuck. They often ask me, Doc, how can I pay back? You took care of us very well. Your nurses are great. You have a wonderful team. What can we do? And they were interested in music. So I said, why don't you perform here? We have patients who would love to listen to you guys. And our nurse, Ali, took initiative to arrange that. And when they performed first time, it was very well received, And then they wanted to continue that, and they brought one of their friends along, and second time it was even more successful.
Chuck and Kevin, again, we've been focused on your nurses. Tell us a little bit more about Dr. Chuda.
Boy, if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't be here today, that's for sure. I was diagnosed with the bladder cancer a couple of years ago, and he'd taken me in and given me the treatments. Chemo was the worst, but I'm on immunotherapy now, and it's working wonderful. I had even went to stage 4, and everything is gone. My bladder still shows a little something, but it's better than when it was 2 years ago. So I am so pleased with Dr. Chuda. I've never had another doctor that, well, just his camaraderie with you too takes a lot.
Well, we're just so glad you both are doing well and able to play. We also asked Dr. Chuda about his nurses and his staff and how they all collaborate.
We work as a team. We work as a family, and our nurses go extra length to make sure all our patients feel at home. Our goal is to take care of patients and make it comfortable. In fact, I still remember one of my patients who took a transfer from another hospital, and she said, Doc, when I walked into a clinic, it felt like a spa more than a clinic. There was a music playing in the reception. The receptionist was smiling. She was walked into a room. I introduced myself. We tell about our families. They tell about their families. So it's kind of a place where they feel comfortable, cared for. So it's a great feeling to have, when you go to see a doctor. So it's the best we can do for our patients.
Making it feel like a spa over there. That's pretty nice. By the way, Dr. Chuda, very proud of this book club that you have started, and he says he's going to read one of those books, so please hold him to that.
I will.
Okay,
absolutely.
okay. What inspired you to become a nurse, now nurse practitioner?
Yeah. It was something that I never really had a calling. It was just one of those things that I always knew that I wanted to do. I enjoy being around people and I enjoy helping people, and I think that the music that Kevin and Chuck are playing in the book club, it just goes back to like nursing 101 and the body, mind, and spirit. If we can make sure that all of that is great for patients, then I think that it impacts their overall physical health. So it all is looped together and it's all important.
And why this clinic in particular? Any reason?
I mean, it's like Dr. Chuda said, it's a home. You know, we've built a community, and I think that the patients can see how well that we all get along. Like, we really do treat ourselves like family. Our managers do a great job of setting the tone, and we have a sunshine committee that helps us and just brings joy to our clinic. And I think that ultimately carries over to like our patient experience. And when we enjoy the people that we work with, then we're happier, and it makes the clinic a happier place.
Shannon, what was your career path? Any great memorable nursing moments during your career? I'm sure there were many.
Maybe we'll talk about that later. No, I always wanted to be a nurse. I connected pretty early on in my college with someone who was a nurse. And I just ended up in oncology at Children's Mercy, and that's just where I stayed and moved up to adults, and I love it.
The rest is history.
Yep.
Stephanie, how did you become a nurse? What was your path?
So actually my godmother is Kimberly Clark. She is one of the nurse navigators for GI now, but she was inpatient as a social worker at KU. And I just love her, and I always knew I wanted to work in the medical field, and she kind of led me into nursing, and then I got into oncology nursing, and I can never go back to regular nursing because it's just amazing. The patients, like Shannon said earlier, they're just absolutely incredible. And we're meeting them at the most vulnerable time in their lives, and they are opening that up to us so that we can help them through it, as well as their family members.
Well, as we highlight nurses this week, and always, we just appreciate all that you do. Always love a chance to share that. Let's get to some comments and questions from our viewers this morning. Jill wants to know what kind of cancer is being treated at the clinic in Lee Summit.
All types of cancer. We have hematology and oncology. We have like solid tumors, pretty much a little bit of everything. And we have amazing doctors there that kind of specialize in different things, but all forms of cancer we treat.
And I do want to mention that, like, the University of Kansas health system as a whole is just absolutely incredible, and anything that we haven't seen before, the doctors will refer to other doctors or specialists or whatever inside of the KU health system in the cancer center, and then we can always treat them out at Lee Summit though, so it's very nice.
Jill also has a question for Kevin and Chuck. Do you ever have a day when you're supposed to play and maybe you don't feel quite up to it?
No, I think I go through it even if I don't feel like it. I go through
You push through.
If it's playing, I will play.
Okay, actually one of your fans, Kim, says, I saw these guys during my first treatments at KU and Lee Summit, and they were awesome. So, fan base shouting out to you this morning. Jeremy wants to know, what music requests do you get the most?
Well, mostly we get requests for the country that we do. A lot of, Garth Brooks, Clint Black, Alan Jackson type stuff. And then we also do a variety of light rock and roll kind of stuff too, that we might do on our next little gig at the clinic.
Sometimes even all the way back to the 50s and 60s,
Right.
We do a wide range of material, and covers a lot of years, covers a lot of our years. Which is quite a few. So.
I was going to say the classics. Yeah. I was going to say you can't beat the classics, but you two are good classics. That's good. Joellen wants to know, how often do you play in the clinic, and how did you get interested in music?
Well, we're hoping to play at least every couple of months, and hopefully that they'll have us, and that we can do that, and hopefully we can come down and maybe even do it down where we're at now at the main university one day soon. We're just all in, you know. We enjoy what we do, and we hope we can do it for a lot longer, you know.
Well, guys, we're going to hear from you here in just a moment, but I just want to, what do you want people to know? What's the big takeaway from your story and your music?
Boy.
Don't stop.
Yeah, just don't stop. Keep listening. Keep listening.
You've got to have a song in your heart to keep moving, I think. It works for me, and it's nice to have a friend or a family member and someone that you can enjoy that song with, you know, and to keep pushing forward with all that you have.
Beautiful message. Well, get ready. We're going to come back out to you here in just a moment. Shannon, what's the big takeaway?
I think with cancer care, it is a community. We are a community. We need to reach out to each other and support each other, and music is kind of the one way that everybody can connect, regardless of what you have in common with each other otherwise. So,
Allie?
Well, like Chuck said, keep going, don't stop, and keep doing the things that bring you joy and make you happy. And yeah, we have a great community out at Lee Summit, and we try to focus on the things like book clubs and music to bring people together.
Love it. Stephanie, what's the big takeaway?
Allie stole mine, but I was
That's
going to
okay.
say, yes, that I think that, you know, with oncology care, sometimes, you know, we just feel as though we need to spend the time that patients have the best that we can. And because of that, I think we need to do things that we love. And so I want to listen to music, I want to read books and things like that. And it's just wonderful to have that just joy in their lives. And we just want to continue to do that for everyone, you know.
As the guys are getting ready, they're prepping their guitar. What advice do you have someone who's maybe entering into this journey, or maybe doesn't know yet that they're about to enter into this journey? You know, you have guys like this who are trying to kind of soften the edges and bring joy to it. It's not a joyful time, as we know, for a patient or their family. But what advice might you have for someone entering this journey?
Ask a lot of questions, bring a family member. It's always good to have like another set of ears there. But when you're going through hard times, like rely on those things that bring you strength, whether it's going through cancer or any hard part in life, that there are a lot of things that can continue to bring us happiness, and lean on those things and those people around you. And we're there. If you're here at the Lee Summit Clinic, we'll help you and give you strength when need be.
Thank you for that. Chuck, Kevin, are you ready? We're ready for you.
Sure.
Take it away.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed days, the dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? But they're really saying, I love you. see babies crying, I watched them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
Absolutely fantastic. What a beautiful way to start our week.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
thank you.
No, thank you. We're going to hear
guys
you
are
next
wonderful.
time.
Oh, well, okay then.
We're getting you back.
Sounds good.
That's how that's going to work.
Okay.
Well, thank you
I
so
say-
much. Y'all have a great day.
No, thank you. We are now. So thank you. And just thank you for spreading your joy and your music and your voices. We just appreciate you so much.
Subscribe to our morning medical update and open mics with Dr. Stites podcast. Now, everywhere podcasts are available.